It was supposed to be another quiet night. The kind where the world fades into a peaceful, humdrum routine. But as the clock struck midnight, something extraordinary happened. A brilliant flash of light split the sky, blinding everyone below. The air trembled with a strange vibration, and every phone screen lit up, but not with just any ordinary message. There was a pattern to the chaos, something that couldn't be ignored. Across the globe, people stood still, staring in or at the heavens, feeling an inexplicable pull toward the event unfolding. At first, there were theories: satellite malfunctions, a meteor shower, some new form of natural disaster. But the truth was far more terrifying, and much more wonderful. The ship, impossibly vast and sleek, descended from the sky, its structure almost transparent, shimmering like liquid glass. Its silence was deafening as it hovered above Earth's cities, each place struck by the same sensation of cold and warmth, fear and wonder. In the chaos that followed, governments scrambled to respond. Military jets, already in the air, formed around the ship, but they didn't dare to get too close. And then, the message arrived, not through radio, not through television, but in their minds. The message was clear, calm, and unsettling. We have waited for this moment. Earth, you are not alone anymore. The world held its breath. Who were these beings? Why had they chosen now to reveal themselves? Fear and curiosity mingled in the streets, with protests erupting worldwide. Some wanted to welcome these visitors, others demanded answers. The news stations were flooded with speculation. And yet, nothing happened. The ship simply hovered, waiting. On the ground, Dr. Patel, a linguist and cultural anthropologist, had been called to decipher the strange symbols now appearing on the ship's surface. The symbols glowed as if they were alive, shifting constantly, a puzzle waiting to be solved. But no one had any idea where to begin. Days passed, and nothing changed until one evening, as she stood before the ship's surface, something clicked. The symbols began to slow, and one appeared to stand still, almost as if inviting her to understand. That night, as she reached out to touch the symbol, something extraordinary happened. A voice filled her mind, alien and soothing, like a distant memory. You understand now. Speak with us. The next few days were a blur of fear and excitement as the world prepared for the first true communication with an alien species. Nations formed an uneasy alliance, agreeing to send representatives to meet with the beings from the ship. But Dr. Patel was called upon to lead the charge, her recent breakthrough proving pivotal. She was both terrified and honored, a human being chosen to speak for all of humanity. The day of the meeting arrived, and the world watched as Dr. Patel stood at the foot of the ship. The air was thick with anticipation. Suddenly, the ground beneath her feet shifted, and the ship's massive surface opened like the petals of a flower. A walkway extended outward, smooth and seamless. Maya hesitated for only a moment before stepping forward, guided by an unseen force, and she found herself entering the ship, her heart pounding with every step. Inside, everything was different. The walls seemed to be made of light, shifting and pulsing as though alive. She was guided into a chamber where the aliens stood waiting. They were humanoid in form, but their features were strikingly different. Their skin was smooth and metallic, their eyes large and glowing, filled with an intelligence far beyond human comprehension. One of them stepped forward, its voice resonating in her mind. We are the Epsilon. We have watched your species for millennia. Now, we seek something new. Maya struggled to keep her composure as the words echoed in her head. What do you want from us? She asked, her voice shaky but determined. The alien's expression softened, if such a thing was possible. We seek cooperation, understanding. You have advanced far enough to meet us, but not yet enough to join us. We offer knowledge, technology, wisdom, and a place among the stars. Maya's mind raced as she processed the weight of their words. It wasn't just an invitation, it was a challenge. They had seen the potential in humanity, but there was something more they were asking for. Something Maya had yet to understand. Over the next few weeks, Dr. Patel worked closely with the Epsilon. She learned that their species had been monitoring Earth for centuries, waiting for humanity to reach a certain threshold. But there was a darker side to their visit. They had seen humanity's flaws, the wars, the greed, the environmental destruction, and they were not sure if Earth was ready to take its place among the stars. Every day, Maya grew more uneasy, torn between the possibility of a utopian future and the fear that the Epsilon might hold a darker purpose. And then, as if to test her resolve, the Epsilon offered a glimpse into the future, an image of humanity's destruction if they continued on their current path. A nuclear war that shattered the planet, leaving only ruins. But there was hope. The Epsilon promised to help, to guide humanity if they were willing to take the necessary steps. The offer was both a gift and a threat. Maya now found herself at a crossroads. Should she help them? Could she trust them? What was the true cost of their offer? Maya's internal conflict intensified as she began to learn more about the Epsilon's true nature. They weren't just offering wisdom and technology, they were offering a path that would fundamentally change humanity, and they needed her to convince the world. The Epsilon's plan was not simply to coexist with humans, they wanted to lead humanity into a new age of peace and prosperity, but at the cost of freedom. They believed that the flaws of human nature needed to be eradicated for the species to evolve. It wasn't long before the Epsilon revealed their true power. They could manipulate the very fabric of reality, bending time and space. With their technology, they could prevent wars, eliminate poverty, and heal the planet. But the price was clear: humanity would no longer be free. The Epsilon would guide every decision, ensuring that Earth's future was shaped by their hand. As the world grappled with the choice before them, protests erupted. Some saw the Epsilon as saviors, while others saw them as conquerors in disguise. Humanity was divided, and the situation grew more tense by the day. Governments met in secret, trying to decide whether to accept the Epsilon's offer or resist it. Maya, torn between the promise of a utopia and the need for human freedom, faced a monumental decision. Should she help the Epsilon enforce their vision of the future, or should she rally the world to reject their control? The pressure weighed heavily on her. She was the one who could make the difference. In the final hours, Maya came to a realization. Humanity didn't need to be saved in the way the Epsilon envisioned. What made them unique was their capacity for growth, for change, and for redemption. The flaws that the Epsilon saw were part of what made them human. It wasn't about perfection, it was about progress, and the freedom to choose that path. Maya stood before the Epsilon one last time, her decision made. We will not accept your control. We will work with you, but on our terms. We will make our own choices, and if we fail, it will be on us. But we will not be your puppets. The Epsilon remained silent for a long time. Then, finally, the leader spoke. You have made your choice. We will respect it, but know this: the road ahead will not be easy. There will be great trials. And we will watch. The ship ascended back into the sky, leaving Earth to its fate. The world was left to rebuild, to embrace its own destiny. The Epsilon had shown humanity a glimpse of a better future, but it was now up to humanity to decide what kind of future it would create.